Here we are with the KD01 robot. It's what's called a differential drive robot. That means it's got a pair of drive wheels in the front, port and starboard, and in the back a unpowered caster wheel, basically a reverse tricycle. Now this is a brand new robot, a few weeks old, and I've only got a bunch of the sensors mounted but not really wired up, except for what we call a moth sensor. That's a pair of light sensors. There's the starboard one and the port one. The actual sensor itself is on a carrier board, about 2 millimeters square, tiny little thing. Now I've got what we call here a torch. In the US it's a flashlight, and we're running a little Python program called Moth. I'll start it up. Now you can see that there's a green indicator on the starboard side of the robot, and it's flashing whenever it senses that the light on the starboard side of the robot is brighter by a certain threshold than that on the left. So if I bring the torch around to this side, the red light will flash, green, red. That's basically the moth sensor working. Now of course the robot's not moving. Once I pick up this camera and dial in the volume, the robot will have a forward velocity that will be modified by the moth sensor. So here we go. And here comes my cat, who seems to always want to get into the picture. So now, if I shine a light on the port side, the robot will rotate counterclockwise. And if I shine the light on the starboard side, the robot will rotate clockwise. And it will follow me around so long as the batteries go. And that's the moth behavior. Now there's a lot of ambient light on this deck, so the robot will kind of basically move randomly if I don't shine a light on it, because the light level isn't very different anywhere. So I have to kind of guide it. In a room which had, let's say, light at one end, the robot would tend to move towards that light, hence the moth behavior. Now I'm going to try to turn this thing off by pushing this little button. Please stop. There. Okay. So now we're stopped. A little out of breath, actually, chasing robots, avoiding cats. Now, we have a moth behavior. There's also what's called a anti-moth or a cockroach behavior, which is kind of the opposite of this, where the robot will move towards the darker part of a room. But that's for another day. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.